picking this up. Who knows? The game audio is super loud. Let's turn that down a chunk. How's that now? Hopefully a little better. No. I don't want it to be the case where you literally can't hear any of the in-game music either, however, you know? That wouldn't be cool. How do I always choose the wrong audio menu? I'd love to know. It's like I'm sort of wild Egypt. Okay. I think I should be better. Getting a lot of images there. See, I can't hear any in-game sound now. Okay. Do a bit of a balancing act here. How about now? I won't be sitting this close to the microphone all the time. I'll probably be sitting roughly here or so. So hopefully you can hear this cinematic music and myself. Is that well balanced enough, or do I need to pull this a little closer? Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, I'll try it about here. How about that now? I suppose it depends on the musical crescendos and such. Bling. Well, how about this now? Does that seem to be a good enough balance? I suppose we'll know when the title screen comes around again. Oh, the gain is up fully, believe me. The gain is fully up on my microphone. Just double checking it there, not to make a liar out of myself. So hopefully that's decent enough balance now. Like, let me know. I'll try and raise the in-game audio a bit, but pretty much the microphone audio is as loud as it's going to get on both things. I think this is really the best balance I can get. Other than, what, lowering the in-game audio a little. Or increasing it slightly. But I can't do anything about the microphone. This is as close as I can get it, unfortunately. Whilst being comfortable. And believe me, I want to be comfortable. That old Konami logo of yore. Do you remember when Konami used to make games? You should recognize that. Obviously we're going to have subtitles and captions, cursor speed, and default, because I do not know what southpaw is. I think that means you're left-handed, right? Left-handed, right? That's an awkward way of putting it. Let me know when we're ready to begin. Let's begin, shall we? Indeed, enjoy the show.
2010年、人類初のスペースコロニービヨンドコーストが完成し、人類の宇宙への本格的進出が開始された。2013年、コロニーへの一般市民の移住に伴い、数十万の移住者たちの治安を守るため、俺たち5人の宇宙訓練を受けた警官が選抜された。イギリス・スコットランドヤードからゲイツベック、日本の警視庁からジョセフ・サダオキ徳川、アメリカ・ニューヨーク市警からサルバトーレ
Of course you do remember all this happening, don't you, in
ロサンゼル
2013?
ス市警から俺とエド・ブランド、世界中の警察からえりすぐられた俺たちは警察権限を持つ宇宙飛行士としてポリスノーツと呼ばれた。
Oh yeah, sorry, that is up quite loud. Hopefully it's not going to be as bad now. I can turn it down a little lower. "25 years later." Konami presents. I assume it would be in that voice. That would be very appropriate for right now. Put on the specs and have a wee sit back and enjoy this myself, actually. The last time I tried playing through this was on the PSP. Also stanky beers. Solid Snake reference already. This looks like absolute dirt on my television, let me tell you. But on the laptop screens it looks really good. Now, when there is actually Japanese voice acting, I will let the Japanese cast handle the voice acting. I'm afraid otherwise you've just got me. I will both narrate and, where necessary, do very awful character voices. And I will take no great pleasure in doing so. I might. Prologue. Home.
俺はジョナサン・イングラム。 30年前スペースコロニーのビヨンドコーストでポリスノーツとして働いていた。もっともエンプス事故で宇宙をさまよっていた俺にはわずか数年前のことにしか思えない。まだ生々しい記憶だ。妻や友人、仕事、何もかも30年前に置いてきてしまった。あの事故で過去を失った俺はこの汚れた街オールド LA でネゴシエーターまがいの探偵をしている。幼児誘拐や人身売買のネゴシエート、身代金の仲介、脱獄犯の逮捕などヤバい依頼ばかりだ。だが俺みたいな過去をなくした男にはそんな世の中の海がなければ飯も食っていけない。せいぜい腹いっぱいになるまで頑張るしかないか。
So yep, we are Space Mel Gibson, essentially.
さて、依頼人が来るまで何をしようか。この部屋には俺の過去を示すものがたくさんある。前方の壁には新聞の切り抜きや写真が。机の上にはあいつとの写真。どれも記憶の空白を埋めるものばかりだ。
So here we are. It is a point and clicker essentially, which isn't great. Because I like when things just highlight what your options are. This is a piece of paper with information on a client. I've been asked to look for their 4-year-old son. You just don't see many ransom kidnappings nowadays. It's safer for the kidnappers to quickly sell off the victim's organs to organ buyers, and they're guaranteed to see a return in that way too. I got a bad feeling about this one. This is an ashtray I stumbled across at an antique store. It wasn't easy finding one of these. You don't need an ashtray for bent cigarettes after all. Bent cigarettes are cigarettes that don't produce any secondary smoke, which you light simply by breaking off the end. They say light, but there's no actual fire involved. They work off a chemical reaction, and even the leaves are specially processed. They don't give off any smoke or ash and make a room more pleasant, but they're not my thing. The butts are starting to overflow. I guess I should empty it. So vaping before a more sensible form of vaping was thought of, basically. This is me and Lorraine on our wedding day. I was still a cop here in LA. Lorraine dropped out at the UCLA after we got engaged.
ロレイン、俺のワイフ。いや、それも過去のことだ。俺があの事故を起こした後、ビヨンドで再婚したらしい。今では他人のワイフだ。日本人とアメリカ人との2世。あいつにはどこか神秘的なところがあった。
Well, it looks like we can investigate her. Lorraine was like an angel in her wedding dress. How about you? What were you like? I remember discovering my rental tux didn't fit right before the ceremony. Pretend I can speak. I originally had a black tuxedo. What about the flowers, Mom? What about the flowers? Oh, wow. There actually is something about the flowers. If I remember right, Lorraine threw the bouquet right after this was taken. Still don't know how Ed ended up catching it. Ed's a couple of pictures on the wall. Anything about the purple thing? I still wear my wedding ring. That's August 24th, 2009. One day I'll never forget. I don't know if there's anything else to look at on it. In those days, my life revolved around my job and Lorraine. Anything else about her? He still wears his wedding ring. Anything else but the flowers? No. What about your hair? No. Well, I guess we're done looking at that photo. This is a photo of me and Lorraine at Lucas World. Lorraine was a student at UCLA. We met after her place got broken into. That's very romantic. I was a cop fresh out of the academy. December 24th, 2008. Damn, they got married quick. This was our first Christmas together. And I still got the watch she gave me. It's one of those radio-controlled types. It was state-of-the-art for the time. She was so naive. The things she'd do sometimes. Look at us, young and in love. Well, I don't think we're gleaming any more information out of that. These are Muslims, the only cigarettes in the world that still give off secondary smoke. I don't like the pure bent cigarettes you get today. These are mixed cigarettes, part conventional, part bent. The only brand I touch now is Muslims. It's a beer can. It's empty. They used to use the aluminium for cans before, but these ones are made from biodegradable plastic. Forgive my many mispronunciations of word. This is a Brady oil lighter. They're the manufacturer of the only lighter still in production. You don't need lighters or matches for today's bent cigarettes. What about the damn badge? What about the job, man? This is a replica of the badge I had in LAPD. Sure does take me back. There's a picture from those days on the wall. What about that gun? This is my baby, a Beretta 92F. I've used one since I was a cop. She's a bona fide recoil gun equipped with a laser sight. I use special 10-round magazines with armor-piercing bullets. I don't carry her so I can go around shooting everything in sight. She's strictly for protection. What is that thing? Looks like we got a fax. I got this pen when I was in LAPD. The mayor gave it to me along with the award on the wall. It was a pretty nice pen for the time. Man, he sure is nostalgic for the past, huh? This is a video phone with a built-in printer, though I've disabled the video from my end. Most of my cases come in over the phone. Clients don't particularly like meeting up in person. Anything else about it? Play messages? Maybe I should check the machine. Maybe there's a call for someone with a case.
もしもしなんだ間違ってごめんよ
間違い電話とはバカにしてる。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
God damn it. Well, let's look at the wall. This is a newspaper article written at the time of Beyond Coast's completion. What about it? There's a picture of Beyond Coast right after it was completed. The only thing they hadn't finished was the agricultural ring. What in the earth? Here they point out Beyond's location in space. It's in orbit around the L5 Lagrangian point. Lagrangian point. Lagrangian point, maybe? It's the red dot. I'll read some of the article. Basic construction of the world's first outer space colony, Beyond Coast, underway for several years near the Lagrangian point, L5, was completed yesterday. The first wave of immigration will be centered around scientists and engineers who will spend 14 months performing checks and gathering data. Immigration is scheduled to be open to the general public in 3 years' time. I can't see that happening. Yeah, no worries, Louise. I'm just going to be reading about a space station. I'll read some of the article. Ah, that is the exact same thing I just read. Ah, my god, I'm in a conversation loop. The headline reads, Long envisioned colony complete. New era for mankind begins. Lagrangian point. Lagrange. Lagrange, is it the Lagrange? Lagrangian? That is some word. That is some word for me to be stuck reading. I have a model of Beyond on top of one of the filing cabinets. He was really into Beyond. This photo was taken to commemorate the selection of the Policenauts. 5 officers out of all the world's police organizations were chosen and trained. We were called the original cops after the Mercury program's original 7. We were wearing ejection spacesuits here. These are obsolete now. Back then, everyone thought the orange-colored suits were cool. Were they? I don't think so.
エド・ブラウン。俺の人生で最も信用できる親友であり、良きパートナーだった。
That's Ed. He was chosen out of LAPD along with me. Is that our hero? I was absolutely ecstatic, but Lorraine, she was against me going to space. Then when I went to Mars, that was when we started to drift apart. Now, let's see about this guy. That's Joseph Sadaoki Tokugawa. He came from Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department in Japan. He's now the head of the Tokugawa Group. That's Salvatore Toscanini. He came from NYPD. Apparently he resigned from Beyond Coast Police over 10 years or so ago. And finally, just finding out about the other Policenauts. Ed is the African American fella in the back there, who is like pretty much he's apparently still like the person he would trust most. He also mentioned that Lorraine, his ex-wife, didn't want him to go to space, and when he went to Mars, they really started to fall apart as a couple. That's Gates Becker. He came from Scotland Yard in the UK. I heard he's risen pretty high up to the ranks of Beyond Coast Police. Well, looks like that is all we've got to glean from that photo. Was there another? Is this? I was given this award by the mayor back when I was a cop. Me and Ed were a well-known team in LAPD. Oh. We've already looked at that. That sucks balls. Get lost. This is a newspaper article written from when I was rescued from the EMPS's survival ball 3 years ago. It was written 28 years after the one about Beyond's completion. Let's read. The headline reads, 25-year lost voyage. Policenaut Ingram's miraculous return. I spent 25 years inside this thing waiting to be found. I've had cosmophobia ever since. I just can't go back out there anymore. Cosmophobia? I'll read some of the article. Policenaut Jonathan Ingram, presumed dead after an accident during a spacewalk in an EMPS prototype 25 years ago, has been rescued by the unmanned exploration vessel Propaganda. His miraculous survival is being attributed to the fact that he transferred himself to an equipped life pod at the time of the accident and remained in cold sleep the entire time. He's gathering attention as a living example of the effects of 25 years of cold sleep on the human body. It took over a year for my muscles to return back to normal after I got back. There's a picture of me taken when I was a policenaut. I think that's all we're going to glean from that article. It was a relatively small article in the corner of the newspaper. Ouch. Okay, so this newspaper about the article, or the accident that occurred. Sorry, I didn't read that first bit in time. It was written close to 25 years before the one about my rescue. This picture taken during the test spacewalk of the Yuri Model EMPS. It was a prototype police suit for use outside the colony, the successor to NASA's MMU. This image was taken from a camera aboard the nearby space shuttle. This is me and the Yuri as we were released from the hangar. I take it the Yuri must be the name of some piece of equipment. There's a picture of me taken during a test spacewalk of the Yuri model. Oh, the Yuri model, okay. That does actually make a little more sense now. The picture of me taken around the time of the accident. What's the headline? Headline reads, the MPS prototype malfunctions. Policenauts Ingram missing. It's pretty formal. I'll read some of the article. A malfunction occurred in the... Wow, that was really blurry on the big TV. I'm going to have to look at the little monitor instead. A malfunction occurred in the vernier thrusters of the Yuri MPS prototype during a test spacewalk of the device yesterday. The Yuri had been scheduled to be used by the Policenauts outside the colony. Sorry, I'm having to wait for the screen to catch up when I hit the button there. It's only going to be some of the text. I think I'll need to do that there for. MMU is for Man Maneuvering Unit. There we go. It's good to have somebody that's interested in space on board for this here to explain some of these acronyms. The MPS has since vanished without a trace. The Yuri is equipped with a survival ball, but because an SOS signal can't be isolated, the chances of test pilot Jonathan Ingram being found alive are thought to be slim. The official tests have been scheduled for tomorrow. I remember what Salvatore said. Whatever you do, don't screw up, Johnny boy. Everybody back home's gonna be watching. There's still a lot of people opposed to the space development back then. It all happened so fast. Before I knew it, the four of them were gone. Everything after that's a blur. Next time I opened my eyes, I was lying on a hospital bed. I think that's all we're going to find out from that article. Is there other articles here that I didn't pick up on? Because I think I literally am going to have to methodically click on everything. This is a newspaper article reporting the success of the first manned mission to Mars. I took part in it while undergoing my Policenauts training. It was written the year before the article about the MPS accident. Looks like it's written in Russian. The newspaper is the paper of the CAS, the Commonwealth of Independent States. This picture of me encountering a Mars rover on the surface. It was sent to Mars with the Mars 96 mission. Did that really happen, Andrew? The headline reads, Man walks in Mars. Global collaboration makes history. I'll read some of the article. The four astronauts, among them Policenaut Jonathan Ingram of the collaborative Mars project between Russia, America, and Japan, touched down on the Red Planet yesterday. This new chapter in space history comes 40 years after man first set foot on the moon. Obviously, as well. And doesn't look like there's any other text. Crude. I'm crude as well. Did we look at this one? We didn't, and this is an excellent picture. This is a picture of me from when I was in LAPD. Me and my partner Ed were always together. That badge on my desk is a replica of the one I had then. Hey, I like that. Me and Ed have been good friends since the academy. We were a well-known team in narcotics. That award is a product of our work together. Ed was on the bomb squad before he joined narcotics. There was a lot of terrorist activity back then. He looks a good deal younger here compared to the Policenauts photo. I was in narcotics at the time. I was reckless with a pretty short fuse. I would have had a Beretta with me here too. March 12th, 2010. Me and Lorraine were a happy husband and wife. Hey, there's a topping on the door.
今日は運がいい。こんな早い時間に客が来るとは。どうぞ。鍵はかかっていない。
ジョナサン、久しぶり。
ロレイン。
そう、私よジョナサン。28年ぶりね。
今頃どうして？
私、おばさんになったでしょ。あなたは変わらないわ。あの頃のまま。
ロレイン、なぜ今になって俺のところに？
許してもらおうなんて思ってないわ。厚かましいのも分かってる。でも頼れる人がいないの。あなたしか。
何があったんだ？
助けてほしいの。私の夫が大変なことに。
分かった。さあ、入って。
I mean, some would say you move on quick.
ここで結構よ。あなたにこんな姿見られたくはないもの。
じゃあ、ロレイン、いや、依頼人さん。とにかく話だけでも聞こうか。
So now we were back to just basically all the text descriptions, so I can't really do a girl's voice, can I? That would be absurd, so I'll just have to read out her lines normally. Well, let's look at her first. Jonathan, don't look at me like that. I'm 55 now. Let's look at her handbag. Is that nails? They cost a fortune here. Yeah, but this one's a little old. Bit like you. Sorry. They're all the rage on home, too. Else changes the design of its bag every year while producing them in limited numbers, then destroys all the originals. Is that why they're so expensive, is it? I misread that line. Is that a coat? That's a nice coat you've got. Yeah, I guess. You can afford it. Why not, right? You're best not wandering around this area dressed like that. What about that necklace, girl? The necklace couldn't have been cheap. Yeah, it's pearl. I thought it wasn't easy getting a hold of pearls on Beyond. That's right. They haven't had any success with culturing pearls there, and the number produced on home continues to drop every year. I could never afford all those luxuries. They're not that expensive, at least not for us. And that looks like a very shiny diamond earring, or is it just a giant pixel on my screen? You're still wearing earrings? I know, I never liked earrings before. You can't expect people not to change over 30 years. Are they pearl too? Yeah. There's another reason why the pearls are so expensive there. Beyond strictly controls the inflow of goods from home. Yeah, they've laid down their special import regulations, haven't they? Even the price of foodstuffs like rice and wheat is astronomical there. Of course, that's partly because of how difficult it is to grow anything. If only they could just find a simpler way of importing food from home. I guess it can't be that easy. Well, let's talk, and let's hope they handle the talking for me. Lorraine. Why don't we get to it then?
で、君の夫がどうしたって？
夫の北条健三が3週間前会社に出かけたきり行方不明なの。会社や警察に問い合わせても誰も取り合ってくれないの。
それで地球へ？
嫌な予感がするの。何かあったに違いないわ。
蒸発とかじゃ？
蒸発なんて考えられない。この地球ならともかくコロニーで行方不明だなんてきっと何かの事件に。
脅迫みたいなものは？
いえ、何も。まるで神隠しにあったみたい。
金目当ての誘拐ではなさそうだ。
You have any kids, Lorraine? I have a daughter. Her name's Karen. Oh, of course it's a Karen. Should we ask? It feels a bit invasive, but... Where does your daughter live? Karen is a news anchor and beyond. A news anchor, huh? She's pretty famous there. What's Beyond like these days? Beyond's different. A lot different. You wouldn't recognize it either. Everything's settled down there. It's pretty much like any ordinary city now.
君が再婚した北条ってどんな人物なんだ？
北条は日系2世で、あの徳川グループの徳川製薬に勤める技術者よ。生真面目で勤勉で、とても悪いことなんかできない人。そうだ、写真持ってきたの。これが彼の写真よ。
なるほど。どう見ても悪人には見えない。
4 out of 10.
幸せそうじゃないか。
ええ。
さっきのイヤリングだね。
この写真預かってくださるわよね。
強引だな。
Okay. Let's show the Hojo photo. So this is Hojo. You know, this must have been after his time at Shinra. I actually don't have that many pictures of him. I'm sure it'll come in useful. Alright, well, why don't I tell you about what's been going on with me? I've been working as a private investigator. I love the way he's just like, let's talk about me. Enough about your missing husband. Let's talk about me. I'm still young, by the way. I've got a thing for mothers. Sorry. I've been working as a private investigator the past few years. This is really awkward exposition. As you've probably guessed, finding work can be a bit of a struggle, but I'm managing. I see. That's good to hear.
俺たちがいたあの頃から30年近く経っているが、何も変わっちゃいない。本当のロスは北に移転しちまったがな。ただ、たまに今日みたいに雪が降るんだ。異常気象らしい。
ロスに雪が降るなんて。
例の地下鉄もスラム化が進んだんで廃止になってる。
ビヨンドの発展とは対照的ね。
ここは時代から取り残されたところだからな。
Ah, these little animated clips are kind of magical, aren't they? This reminded me of a a lot of Saturday nights staying up late to watch manga on Channel 4. Or, well, manga was the distribution company, but everybody called it manga. It wasn't really until like later 90s that I started to actually hear the term anime. I think it was really, ironically, maybe Metal Gear Solid that first introduced the term of anime to me, even though I used to buy like a manga magazine. But I suppose this is neither here nor there. I'll carry on with the game, shall I?
At home, kidnappings are becoming almost as frequent as rapes and robberies. Trafficking people's more profitable than drugs or prostitution now.
It's terrible.
It's surprising to hear about a case like yours these days.
So you'll help me?
I need to hear more about the situation first.
What about situation? Oh shit, okay, there's way more than I. Okay, so we will ask about Hojo's behavior.
You notice anything unusual about your husband before he disappeared?
All the years I'd known him, he'd be your typical company employee. He'd get up, leave for work, and come walking through the door at the end of the day. Same schedule, day in, day out.
Quite a change from my hours.
Past few months, he'd become more unpredictable, you might say.
You can't really draw anything concrete from that. You think you become involved in something, though?
That's my gut feeling, yeah.
If there were indications of some sort of trouble beforehand, the chances of it being a ransom kidnapping are pretty slim. How did you guys meet?
I moved to Beyond right after you went missing.
After how much you hated it?
I just wanted to be closer to you any way I could. I met Kenzo at that Nihonjin Matsuri run by Tokugawa.
Nihonjin Matsuri? That's very hard to pronounce when you're baked.
It's a festival for Japanese people on Beyond.
So, why were you there?
I have Japanese blood too, remember? That's a very Hideo Kojima thing to like make sure that, you know, somebody is part Japanese so they can talk about Japanese culture for us dumb Westerners, even though this never got a Western release. Anyway, Tokugawa. The conglomerate's reach doesn't stop at Beyond. They essentially run space, and Joseph Sadaoki Tokugawa runs the group.
He's just as well known on home as he is out there. If Hojo is a Tokugawa employee, I suppose we can't totally rule out he was kidnapped. You could get a good money out of that, I imagine.
No one on Beyond would even think of messing with Tokugawa. They're too afraid of retaliation. It wouldn't be worth it.
Clues.
ロレイン、君の勘だけではわからないな。何か手がかりになるようなものは？
北条から預かっているものがあるの。カプセル剤と葉の切れ端なんだけど。なんだかわからないけど重要なものらしいわ。
カプセルと葉か。
自分に何かあったらこれを警察か信用のできる人のところへ届けるようにって。
信用のできる人か。
ね、蒸発なんかじゃないでしょ。
See if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining these.
どっちからでもいいが。それは？
これがそのカプセルよ。
何の薬だろ
わからないの。
徳川製薬に関係するものだろうか。
これ預かってくださる？
じゃあもう一つのその葉の切れ端ってのは？
これがその葉よ。見たことのない葉だわ。
しかしなぜ半分なんだろう。
最初から半分だったわ。預かってくださる？それ。
Well, that sure is stuff. Let's show her the capsules.
Any idea what these could be for?
They look like ordinary medical capsules you'd find at any pharmacy. You'll be able to get analysis done, right?
To be honest with you, I don't see how something like this could be that important. But he went out of his way to give this to you. I suppose there must be something to it.
I wonder what kind of plant it's from. Can you get an analysis performed?
Capsules and a leaf. I'll have to get an expert for these.
Do you know someone? You need to make sure they're not connected to Tokugawa.
This is home. That won't be a problem.
Well, don't know if we've got anything else. Well, talk about work, I suppose.
It's even more dangerous here now than it was when I was a cop.
Just be careful, okay? Oh, we must have already talked about that. She doesn't really give a fiddler's. Well, I don't think we can do anything else. Look at the blinds. Jonathan, I think I'm being followed.
Hold on, I'll take a look. It's alright, I don't see anyone.
If there is someone following me, they must be connected to Tokugawa.
They'd follow you all the way to home like this?
There's nothing they wouldn't do.
Maybe you think you're more important than you actually are. Lorraine, why don't we continue?
I don't know what else we can do. We've asked about a lot of things. Her request.
So, you want me to look for him?
Please find him. You're the only person I've got.
Any other clues besides what you just gave me?
You've been talking about something lately, actually. Turns out Tokugawa's involved, that it could complicate things. Become angry and frightened. That wasn't like him. Never seen him break down like that before.
So, you're saying someone might have been targeting him for some reason?
It's just the three of us, my husband, my daughter, and me.
A loving husband, a successful daughter. Must be nice.
Jonathan. Maybe all Jonathans are spiteful. She'll be 27 soon. She's still single.
Hard to believe you have a 26-year-old daughter.
I am 55 now, remember? Beyond will be celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Things have slowly gone downhill over the years, though.
You're always looking over your shoulder wherever you go now, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that was her, sorry. I read that in the wrong voice. Whoops.
Yeah, I read you incorrectly.
It's always been that way in the city. And like I was saying, Tokugawa's influence is everywhere. You could practically call the entire colony one big business. It's the same with all the regulations. The laws are written into the benefit of Tokugawa and the goods they deal in. He never told me what was going on, whatever it was.
I'd say he was trying to tell you something with the capsules and the leaf.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I couldn't have survived on my own. I was lonely. I wanted someone to be there. That's when Kenzo came along. He was rich. He wasn't that attractive.
その今預かった手がかりの品の他には。
口癖のように言ってたことがあるの。プラトーに何かあるって。
プラトーに何かある。
I like the musical sting and then the, yeah, you got me. Will you try and get them analyzed? See if you can get it analyzed. Okay.
Plato. Could he have said Pluto?
To be honest, I'm not sure anymore. We still haven't been to Pluto though.
依頼の内容については君の話で大体分かった。確かにただの蒸発じゃなさそうだ。
Like a transformer.
ジョナサン、引き受けてくれるわよね。お金なら心配しないで。お金はドル？円？
待ってくれ、ロレイン。
I think we've got to accept the case, surely. Otherwise, it's going to be a very short game. Although we could spite our ex-wife and live the American dream. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to be a jerk. Should we? Just to see what he says? I'm sure it's not an instant game over. Let's try it.
ロレイン、悪いが他を渡ってくれないか。俺はもうビヨンドへ渡る気はない。もう宇宙へは。
ジョナサン。
この仕事は今の俺には荷が重すぎる。よければ他の同業者を紹介する。みんな少し気が荒いが信用できる奴らばかりだ。
ジョナサン、私、あなたを苦しめるつもりで来たんじゃないわ。誰も頼れる人がいないの。週末までビバリーヒルズのホテルニューローズにいます。気が変わったら連絡して。
I wasn't expecting an animation and a cutscene.
私許してもらおうなんて思ってない。あなたの帰りを待ちきれなかったの。ごめんなさい。あなたが救出された時、私心から嬉しかった。もっと早かったらすぐにでもあなたのところへ飛んで行けたのに。それが言いたかった。
ロレイン、ここへはどうやって？
ホテルで車借りたの。クラシックな感じの。
そうか。
God damn it, Jonathan, you jerk. I like the way I'm blaming him rather than me.
会えてよかったわ。じゃあ。
There she goes, walking out of my life.
ロレイン、俺も会いたかった。もっと早くに。
Oh, crap.
ロレイン、車から離れろ。
Holy shit.
Get that scum. Make him pay.
奴はどこへ行った？
Holy crap. This got shot.
撃ってきやがった。
Oh, this is probably not going to be super exciting. Okay. How do I reload? Reload! Reload! Oh Christ. That's hard to aim. How do... oh, a triangle.
感触はあったな。見えない。早く行け。
You can easily have escaped now. There's bystanders just hanging out there.
くそ。どこに隠れた。
Why aren't they helping? Oh, that's in there, isn't it? That's his feet, right? That's real therapy. Can't shoot him when he's like that. Christ. Oh, Jesus. It's getting away, god damn it! I forgot that there was actually gun scenes like in Snatcher.
路地へ逃げ込んだな。逃がさんぞ。
Yeah, we do have them there, but let's read about...
It's the club sign. It's decked out in neon. This is a strip club filled with so-called women who've undergone complete sex changes. I was inside for a case once. They're called biovestites.
What the hell?
People have had sex changes through gene therapy. This city's famous for them, unfortunately.
Oh my god, Jonathan, you massive transphobe! Good grief. Jonathan is a relic of his time.
That's the restaurant sign. It's purposely low-key. This is the last place you'd want to take your kids. It comes off as some innocent little bistro, but the real business is in selling VR child porn.
Oh my Christ! This game? The future is so bad!
They got their menu on display in the window. There's a mailbox. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I wouldn't set foot in here again on a normal day, let alone right now.
What, that Steam event?
Just a dumpster. Nothing strange about it. It's an alleyway. Goes back quite a bit.
Why don't you try going down it, Jonathan? Oh, we can move in system. We are going to system. I would like to save before I die. File saved! I don't know why it was in that voice. But I guess we should enter the alley.
Okay, here we go.
Who would have known? Yeah, he's bleeding.
やつは
Some sort of blue
どこへ
blood.
逃げた。くそ。足跡が
A
追えない。
blood stain?
ここには雪が入ってこなかったのか。
Yep, the really obvious.
地面に何かこぼれている。牛乳のような白い血。人工血液なのか。
Artificial blood. It can't be. This is blood. It leads further back. It's a dumpster. There's just enough room for someone to hide behind it, or maybe in it. Same kind as the one out by the street. Someone's placed some garbage bags next to it. Maybe it's full. Maybe you're full of it.
Well, let's move. Don't think there's any other clues. Fuck! Excellent, the Trent Reznor graffiti that.
More blood. He must be around here. This is the dumpster I saw before. Jesus, I can smell it from here.
What about these garbage bags?
These garbage bags are being placed next to the dumpster. They're made out of biodegradable plastic. The plastic has started to decompose. They must have been here a while. Looks like the bags are full of old food. This is the building's ventilation shaft. The grate doesn't look like it's been moved. A person could never fit through there.
Okay, okay.
There's wooden boxes filled with empty bottles. They'd be perfect size for someone to hide behind.
Well, why don't you check behind it?
That's definitely one place it could be. There's a drum up ahead. The alley goes back some more. It's too dark to see up ahead.
Well, why don't you check? Yeah, I like the way it's just like, that's definitely one place he could be.
He has to be around here. Let me check some more.
Dumpster?
This was done with spray paint. Definitely doesn't look like blood. He's losing a hell of a lot. The trail stops here, meaning he can't be far away. I had to get closer to check it out. Looks like it's full of garbage. Doesn't seem to be any bloodstains on it.
Okay, well, that is my number one place. Oh, sorry, what was that there? Something about where the blood stops?
It's right around where the blood stops. You have a perfect view of the alley from behind there.
Well, let's go for it then. What? What? Then why don't you check?
The wall's got pipes going up and down it. These pipes, they have barbed wire on them. I doubt anyone could climb them. There aren't any bloodstains on them either. There's no way you could have climbed these.
Aha, is there a faint blue pixel here that I'm noticing? I've never noticed that normally.
That's definitely one place it could be. He certainly could be in there. There's something about it, actually. I'd better be careful around there. It matches up exactly where the blood stops. Well, son of a bitch, I can't see a thing.
That's gotta be it, right? Like, I mean, that looks a lot like a bloodstain.
That other doorway's a possibility, too.
Well, he's tried everywhere. Holy crap! Moving from the bag! Has he become a bag of garbage? Damn red! Ah, he got me! Yeah, I noticed. Oh, this is like Scooby-Doo doors, is it? Reload. And off he runs again.
ナチュラ、手応えはあったはずだ。奴は不死身なのか。
We'll get him, Jonathan, don't worry.
I am not gonna let you get away. You killed my ex-wife. That was my job.
奴は恐ろしく足の速い奴だ。しかし、この先は行き止まりのはず。地面に何か書いてある。
I'll kill you.
これは文字のようだ。さっきのゴミ箱の落書きとは質が違うようだ。なめた野郎だ。挑戦状のつもりか。
There are more wooden boxes here. These are empty, though. Doesn't look like he's here. Is he hiding in there again? So, you're gonna kill me, huh? So what's taking you so long? Show yourself, asswall.
I was just gonna say asswipe there, and then it came out asswile instead of asshole.
It's a concrete wall. I don't see anywhere he could hide. The only place someone could hide would be that hollow over there.
Well, why don't you check it out, man?
I can't really tell from here.
Could be up there.
I don't think you could climb this. Even if you used the boxes as a foothold, you still wouldn't get anywhere.
See further back?
Can't see very well, but I'm pretty sure there's a dead end up ahead.
He's really fast, Andrew. He's really fast. Holy crap! Shoot, damn it! Even I was a better shot than that. Well, that must be the end of the first chapter. What are we thinking so far? Is happy enough to stick with it for the time being? Or do you want me to switch to something else?
雪が止んだわ。よかった。またあなたと一緒に星が見られて。会いたかったわ。この28年間。
ロレイン、
その時計まだしてくれてるのね。
時間にルーズな俺に君がくれたものだ。
私たちの時間は止まっていたのに。ジョナサン、お願い。カレンは病気なの。助けてあげて。カレンは。
ロレイン、ロレイン、ロレイン。
知り合いか。
友人だ。古い。
かわいそうにビヨンドから来たんだろう。
いや、戻ってきたんだ。戻ってきたんだ。俺のところに。
You know, I do have to love the fact that he had sparked up a cigarette even as she was dying in his arms. Something kind of tragic about that.
本日は ASL797 便をご利用いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。
当機はグラビティターンに移り、順調にビヨンドコーストへの軌道を飛行しております。
なお、これより先は無重量状態となりますので、ご気分の悪くなられた方はウィンドウ脇の呼び出しボタンを押してお近くのスチュワーデスまでご連絡ください。
The hell?
どうしたんですか？気分が悪いようですね。
宇宙は苦手で。
宇宙酔いですか？珍しいな。宇宙は初めて。
いや、昔事故で宇宙を漂流して、それで宇宙恐怖症に。
それは大変ですね。スチュワーデスに行って薬をもらったらどうです？コールボタンなら壁の赤いスイッチですよ。
いや、まだ大丈夫。
気を紛らわすには話すのが一番です。隣に座ったのも何かの縁です。よろしく。
Tony Redwood. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does. He does not look like Tony Redwood to me.
イングラムです。よろしく。
Well, let's find out about Tony Redwood, shall we? That is some wild hair he has. Let's have a look at him.
Sorry if I'm being rude, but what's that writing on your forehead? This is my tag. All Frozeners have one.
Frozeners?
He's got a really pale complexion. Why is your skin that color?
Is this like a normal conversation?
Because of my artificial blood. My red blood cells are actually white. White blood. I use first generation artificial blood, which is less complex than the third generation kind you see on home. He looks awkward to talk to.
Why can you assume that there? What about his suit? Let's find out about that suit. Are you really that surprised to see a Frozener?
Oh, yeah, kinda. Sorry if I've offended you. This is the first time I've met one of you guys.
Just be careful when you're on Beyond. People there don't like to see discrimination against us.
I'm not that kind of person.
Well, let's look at that bandage on his arm. What's going on there?
I see you injured your arm.
I just burned it a little. Let's look at that switch.
There's a button to call the stewardess and a button for TV there. Maybe I should just watch TV, huh?
Well, I guess we should talk to Tony Redwood.
You mind if we talk?
Ask about his background?
About your skin color. It's really like that because of artificial blood? All the time?
It's always like this, yes.
Are you from Beyond?
Yes, I was born and raised there. I had a family matter to attend to at home. And yourself, are you a terrestrial?
Not exactly. I used to be an amphibian. You know, going back and forth between home and beyond.
An amphibian? You were one of the amphibians.
It was a long time ago, back when we were called astronauts. First generation artificial blood. Are you military?
Something like that, yes. I'm a Frozener after all.
So, what about that injury on your arm?
Yes, what about it?
Never mind.
These are the best voices I can do, I'm afraid, guys.
Beyond is a very nice place. It has 1G artificial gravity and its own plant life. Terrestrials enjoy it a lot there too. If you want detailed information, you should talk to the stewardess. What do you mean by Frozener?
A Frozener is someone created from an artificially fertilized egg held in cryogenic storage by the government,
or the breeders, as some people call them. The egg is later transferred to a surrogate mother for gestation and delivery. Oh yeah, I've heard about them.
There's still a severe shortage of manpower in space development.
You sound like I'm boring you. What does it mean having artificial blood for somebody?
Artificial blood has a higher oxygen transportation efficiency than normal blood, so it makes heavy blood loss less of a life-threatening condition. The body's functions aren't negatively affected in areas of low oxygen density either.
Yeah, that's perfect for people working in space. When are we gonna arrive?
We just passed the halfway point. How do you know? How could you judge in space? I guess he's looking at a wall panel. Let's show him some stuff. Don't know if it's a good idea to start showing him, the evidence, but might as well ask. Do you know this man?
I'm sorry, who are they? I don't know them. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to.
I just wanted to show him.
This is the photo of me and Lorraine from when we went to Lucas World. The one I had sitting on my desk back at my office. Never hurts to think ahead.
Is that your wife?
No. Oh, so is she your girlfriend? Something about her reminds me of the woman from that other photo. Guess the ages are too far apart, though. If those are for SAS, I don't need any. Is that from a terrestrial plant? He doesn't know shit. You don't see that photo much anymore. Policenauts are from beyond, or before when I was born. Well, I guess he doesn't really have much else to say. What sort of badge is that? Oh, just this thing I have. Kind of good luck charm. What's that crest in your jacket? This? It's the Policenauts crest. Is that also related to the Policenauts? You must have a real thing for them. Little does he know, huh? Kinda hard trying to judge myself objectively. Still got a seg, huh? I'm guessing you're a heavy smoker. Did you know that smoking isn't permitted on Beyond? It's just to help my nerves. I'm not gonna light it. I'm surprised they let you board with that. It got pretty ugly, believe me. I do. If you're bored, why don't you call the stewardess over? Okay, I'll call the stewardess over. Fine, I take the hint now. He's done talking to me. What about space? Space! Remarkable, isn't it? An emotionless vacuum, silencing all but the tiniest of organisms. Yep, you're fascinating, fella. Let's see what's on the TV. Great minds think alike. Let's see what's on the tube. This better be animated. Without a doubt, Louise, it's Heroes. BBC?
こんにちは。ニュースオーダーの時間です。現在、ビヨンド内でのナーク中毒者が急増しております。事態を重く見た BCP では、ビヨンドでのナーク根絶を図るため、特別チームを編成。ホームからのナーク流入ルートの解明を急いでいるとのことです。ナークはアヘンから作られる合成麻薬で、モルヒネ型依存症状と LSD などの幻覚誘発症状をも兼ね備えた麻薬の帝王と言われるものです。
Pretty crazy combination.
宇宙推進事業団によりますと、宇宙開発におけるナークの依存度は 30% を超えると報告されており、宇宙でのナーク中毒者は増加の傾向にあるとの見解に達しております。以上、カレン北条がお伝えしました。
That was the whole broadcast? It was just about, like, hey, loads of people are using this drug.
BBC どこのテレビ局だろう。
今のはビヨンドのテレビ番組ですよ。ビヨンドコーストブロードキャスティング、つまり BBC ね。
Ah, well, there we go. It's not the Brits, apparently. Yeah, I agree, Louise. Felt more like an advertisement, for sure. Let's press the call button, shall we? I'll call the stewardess over. Oh, Jesus Christ, Hideo Kojima.
はい、どうなさいましたか？顔色が悪いですね。宇宙酔いですか？
ああ。
緊張なさらないで気を楽にしてください。
ありがとう。
何か私にできることございますか？
Good grief. Good grief. That's an explanation of the emergency life pod. Please be sure to go over it. A life pod? Is that like a survival ball?
No, a life pod has room for 30 people. In the event we have to use the life pod, remember that you would be putting your own spacesuit on first. Those are stored up above. You love the music, Louise. Check out them legs. Oh my god. I can't even get it out. You have exquisite legs. Thank you. But in zero gravity, the legs appear thinner than normal because your blood collects the upper half of your body. It's called bird leg. Oh, okay.
Your uniform is a nice color. Really brings out your curves too.
Oh my god, you're just a pervert. You may not know that we wear a rubber undershirt too. It helps prevent the muscles from atrophying in zero gravity. Anything else? Just perv on her, shall we? Contrary to its appearance, this is an excellent material for zero gravity. It doesn't feel very comfortable though.
As long as it looks good. As long as it looks good.
Oh my god.
You're really cute. Your face is a little chubby though.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? Oh my god. Jonathan's a fucking prize dick. I love it. This is awful. I can't believe this. In zero gravity, your blood collects in the upper half of your body, causing your face to swell a little as well, sir. It's called moon face. Maybe she wasn't as bitchy.
Miss?
Yes. Beyond. Beyond Coast, mankind's first space colony was completed in 2010. Since immigration was open to the general public in 2013, the colony's population has grown to approximately 1 million people. Nearly 1/3 of the current population is comprised of second-generation inhabitants. The medical definition of Space Adaptation Syndrome, or SAS, is symptoms one experiences during the adaptation to zero gravity. It varies from person to person, but over 50% of people develop symptoms within 1 to 2 hours of entering weightlessness. Oh my god, there's so much to read! Oh my god! Normally we would spend the night in Earth, oh my god. Normally we would spend the night in an Earth-orbiting space station and then travel the rest of the way in an orbital transfer vehicle. But this is a direct flight to Beyond, which takes about 2 days, so we'll be there soon. That's good.
How much longer will it be till we arrive?
We're not far from Beyond now. So you're traveling for 2 days? And you're just sat in a chair? What about sleeping? I think that's all we can ask about there. No, wait, there was tons about this here. Of course. Oh wait, we've already asked about that. I like the way there's multiple submenus, toilets. In accordance with stricter space debris regulations, the plane doesn't eject waste out into space, like before. So you won't get the chance to see any space fireflies, like the Project Mercury's astronaut, Glenn, or Milky Ways, like the Aurora 7's astronaut, Carpenter. Okay. That's disgusting. Space food has vastly improved over the years and is actually quite tasty now. Following the latest trends on Earth, we even offer Japanese cuisine as well. However, because the flavors aren't preserved very well under low air pressure, we don't bother using any exotic flavorings on our food. And we may as well ask about passengers. The fuel tank, which contains liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, is considerably big, so there's only enough seating for 30 people, including crew.
That's why the life pods hold exactly 30, huh?
If it was EasyJet, they'd probably still like manage to squeeze on more people and be like, well, you take the risk of going to space.
I've noticed it's extremely quiet on board. The walls of the plane are reinforced with...
Oh, I'm not even... Piezoelectric elements. Piezoelectric elements? Presumably piezoelectric? Is that a good enough reading? It's gonna have to be.
They cancel out the noise from the plane by bending in the opposite direction of the vibrations outside. That's why it was so quiet when we were leaving the atmosphere, was it?
Okay, I think we've asked a lot about that. Will we ask for medicine?
Do you think you could give me something for my SAS?
I think you'll be alright. We'll be arriving at Beyond shortly. Take the medicine. Here's our relax effects then.
Relax effects? Who makes this?
Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals.
Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals, huh? Thanks. Here goes nothing.
I need to get some water. Flirt! Flirt! Oh my god.
If you're free, how about showing a stranger around Beyond?
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
That is you and me having dinner under the stars after we land sound.
I'm trying to do my job here, you know.
If you're free.
Oh yeah. I consider if you worked for Tokugawa. Sorry, so she was gonna flirt more there. Okay, so she's just basically going back off. I think it is just repeating. Let's show her a photo of Hojo.
You ever seen the man in this photo before?
I'm sorry, I don't know either of them.
What do you think of this picture?
She's a very beautiful woman.
You ever seen capsules like these before?
You just took something for SES, remember?
Any idea what kind of leaf this is?
Is that a pressed leaf from Earth? Don't forget that if you're taking plants into Beyond, they need to be inspected at the spaceport.
You recognize this photo?
Yes, I've seen it in textbooks. They were Beyond's original cops. Well, let her go. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Call me again if you need anything. And hopefully he'll be less of a pervert. Well, it's just me and Chuckles now.
少し眠ったらどうです？
そうですね。宇宙酔いも楽になりましたから。
何かあれば起こしてあげますよ。
それじゃあ。
お疲れ様でした。当機は間もなくビヨンドコースト宇宙港に到着いたします。到着ロビーにて国際宇宙検疫制度に従った消毒殺菌入国手続きをお願いいたします。なお、ただいまジュースと食塩錠剤をお配りしております。フライト中に体外へ流出した体液を補給するようご利用ください。本日は当 ASL のスペースプレーンをご利用いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。またのご利用をお待ちしております。まもなくビヨンド宇宙港に接岸します。
Look at his stink face. So, Jonathan has confronted his fear and managed to travel in space. Now, if you give me 2 minutes, please, I definitely need a drink. Drink of water, that is, of course. And I'm back. Let's go on, shall we? Act 1. Beyond.
ビヨンドコースト、天と地が一つに見えるところ。ここは本当のあの世、ビヨンドかもしれん。地球でのネゴシエーター特権もここでは通用しまい。一人で北条の行方を探すのは困難かもしれない。エド・ブラウンに協力を仰ぐのが賢明だろう。奴なら快く引き受けてくれるはずだ。エドはビヨンド警察 BCP にいる。奴も50代半ばのはず。ポリスノーツ時代からだから、きっと BCP でも出世してるに違いない。念のためにポリスノーツ時代の写真とロレインの写真を持ってきた。何かの役に立つかもしれない。BCP はこの宇宙港の近くにあるはず。まずはエドを探しに BCP へ急ごう。
Well, here we are. We're on Beyond. Check out some of these screens, shall we?
It's a jumbo TV screen. It's showing news from BBC. It's a spaceplane plague. Active amphibians can adapt to 1G environment almost right away. Looks like they're waiting for a flight. The person looks like an employee, judging from the uniform.
Is that a tree?
These plants have been selectively bred to photosynthesize artificial light as well as natural light. They're perfect for replenishing the colony's oxygen supply. This is one of the spaceport's information areas. There's a woman sitting behind the desk.
No doubt he's gonna be a tremendous pervert.
It's a board displaying the information about the spaceplane departures and arrivals. And I can't get over how many flights there are.
That is a man talking to a little child, presumably?
There's passengers everywhere. Space is within reach of the common man now.
There's a bag. Let's Sorry, just said a bit carrying on bag. Oh my god, I'm skipping all the dialogue.
There's a ton of Japanese people here, not surprisingly. Firstly, they have overseas travel boom, now space travel boom. Any serious tourist hotspot anywhere these days is always full of people peddling stuff in Japanese. Soon Japanese might become an official language here at this rate. With the world's economy revolving around the yen like it does today, that could just be inevitable.
I wish I hadn't skipped some of that dialogue accidentally. Sorry about that, guys. L2 is very sensitive and it also forwards the text, it turns out.
I'll never get anything done standing around here. I should get over to BCP and see Ed.
Let's. Well, we'll go to BCP first, shall we? Let's meet our pal.
よし BCP へ急ごうここが BCP かさあエドに会えるといいが
These the police suits the BCP uses. They look like something you'd take to a war. It says Beyond Close Police Department. And trying to eat and talk at the same time, it's difficult. These are the police cars they're using nowadays. They don't look any different from ones at home. These are more my thing than suits. That looks like the entrance.
Guess we should go.
Guess I'll head inside.
Oh my goodness.
ここが BCP のロビーか広いんだなおいあんた何の用だい被害届でも出すのかい
Well, let's be Jonathan.
The call girl, a staple of modern society.
Well, not from around here. Want to get away from here, baby? Real good price, I promise.
The call girl, staple of modern society.
So, how about it?
They bring you in, did they?
Something like that. So what do you say, baby?
Sorry, but I got business of my own to take care of here.
What? You're one of them too? I don't believe this. I must be losing my touch.
Let me guess, undercover. I thought I smelled something. It's a map of Beyond Coast. The place looks like some sort of control room.
Oh, okay. That's all the same as it. What about the computers?
They look like bank tellers or something. Are they operators for this place? It's a BCP cop. He looks like the receptionist. Maybe I'll try asking this guy about Ed.
Yeah. Let's try that.
ああいいかな俺はジョナサン・イングナム地球で探偵をしてるそれでビヨンドまでわざわざどうしたんだい昔ここに勤務してたことがあるへえ本当かいぶち込まれてたってわけじゃないだろうな警官をしてたんだ当時の旧友に会いに来たなるほど同窓会でもしようってわけかそれで話してみな
Well, let's hop to it.
I'm here to see Ed Brown. You know, the former Policenaut.
Ed Brown? That's who you're here to see? Jesus, he came all the way from home just to see him? He's down in the junkyard.
The junkyard?
Yeah, Vice. BCP's a dump. He's in charge there.
You said Vice. If guys like us have the BS work, you can imagine the fun they have. AP handles just about everything they used to do. I don't know why they still call it Vice. It's down in the basement, the cave as we call it. The cave. It's dark, smelly, and weird stuff grows in the walls. That's what Ed does now. I thought you wanted to know where Ed is. Yeah, I can see how this is all new and exciting for you. It's been over 20 years since this place got started. Times change. AP does all the real work nowadays. They're the ones that hit the street. Old cops like me got the desk work. What about the guys behind you? They all work desk jobs too. Yeah, the operators, they process all the information that gets sent here. AP stands for Advanced Police. It's the elite unit a chief created. It employs the latest EMPS as well as Frozeners. EMPS are the police suits developed by the Tokugawa Heavy Industries, and BCP for use in and around the colony. EMPS stands for Extravehicular Mobility Police Suit. That's what the acronym says in front of me. They're the things out of the front, right? Yeah, I saw them. Those are the guarded model. They're the guys born from the fertilized eggs that the government's got. Normally they get sent for the military, but the chief uses them in AP too. Yeah, they use that white artificial blood, right? Well, I don't think we're going to be finding out any more here. Did we ask about security on Beyond? I don't think it did. So, how's the crime situation here these days? It's been 30 years. What do you expect? They try to tell you it's a safe place and everything, but in reality, Beyond's the same as any major city on home. See her there? Comes with the territory. That's what happens when any large group of people live together. And when the city turns dirty, so must the cops. Just like Rain said.
Well, showing the Policenauts photo.
You know this picture, right?
You a Policenaut too? Damn, I had no idea. Alright, you and Ed. Makes sense now. So, you an anti-aging ops or something? Like I told you, AP does all the work here. The Policenauts are a joke now.
Have you ever seen this kind of leaf before?
Is that a pressed leaf?
I'm not into plants. What do you make of these capsules?
What are those supposed to be? Don't recognize him. He's real aggressive, this cop, in my reading of him. Excuse my aggressive read of him.
You see this?
I don't care what your girlfriend looks like.
Can you tell me if you've ever seen this man anywhere?
What does he have to do with anything? I thought you were here to see Ed. Yeah, okay. He's a bit of a bozo.
助かったよ。その言葉は風紀課に行ってからにした方がいいぜ。どうして？聞かなかった方が良かったのかな。立ちの落ちぶれた姿は見たくないもんだ。
Loser? It's fucking Ed you're talking about?
Ed and I go way back? A BCP cop. Looks like your typical police getup. He isn't one of the APs the receptionist was talking about.
Well, I guess we're gonna move. Let's go to Vice.
地下だな、風紀課は。あんた、エドに伝えてくれ。早くやめちまいなって。いつまでもただ飯食らってると惨めだってな。俺は便利屋じゃない。言いたけりゃ自分の口で言うんだな。
Now, Jonathan has said something I agree with. That guy was a prick. Holy crap. Well, if it isn't Meryl.
ここが噂に名高い風紀課か。なるほど。 優遇されてる部署とは思えんな。
Well, I'm fucking talking to them. No, hang on. Sweet dinosaur first.
Is that monster a garage kit?
Yeah. It's from the 30cm King of Monsters final series. It was designed by Noboru Sakai 3. I made this from a zero-G kit. By casting the parts in zero gravity, you prevent seam lines and air bubbles from forming.
They even sell made-in-space garage kits now, huh?
Well, I presume that was that wee boy's voice anyway. Wee boy. Let's talk to Meryl first.
She's quite a tall woman. Must be at least 6 feet tall. They don't look like the APs the guy in the lobby was talking about. Their complexions are normal. She's the biggest woman I've seen since I got here.
The hell do you want?
You got a minute? Is this Vice?
What's it to you? Put a sock in it, tough guy. Work yourself back up the stairs while you're at it. This is Vice, BCP's dump.
Interesting outlook. She's got a pretty strong home accent.
Well, I think there's only one person we can realistically talk to.
He's eating a hamburger. I remember me and Ed used to hit fast food joints all the time.
You hungry or something? Forget it, don't even ask.
Yeah, they can't be APs. He's a scrawny little kid. Doesn't seem like the place for him.
How am I supposed to eat with you staring at me? Leave me alone. I want to enjoy this burger.
Maybe I'll try you instead. This is the Vice unit, right?
What do you want? This is the basement. Toilets upstairs. I'm eating right now. He's definitely comping my reading. Let's look at that burger. Oh no, I want to look at the burger. I want to look at the burger.
Is that Ed? I can't make out the face. Look, yeah, that's Ed, all right. Ed, you bum! It's barely even lunch.
What? Why is he shouting that over at him before, like, introducing himself?
That guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me? Hey, Ed.
Oh, he's asleep.
He's out cold. Unbelievable.
Talk to him again.
Ed, wake up. Yo, Ed, get up, damn it.
居眠りするにはまだ早いぜ。
ジョナサン。
30年も先回りしやがって。
ジョナサン。ジョナサン・イングラムか。
Great voice.
懐かしいな。
エドも元気そうだな。
ジョナサン、よく来てくれた。ゆっくりしてってくれ。この通り俺の方は暇を持てましてる。そうだ、ビヨンドでも案内しようか。
エド、違うんだ。実は頼みがあってきたんだ。
頼み？
ああ、助けが欲しい。俺の捜査に協力してくれ。ロレインの夫、徳川製薬の北条健三という
Straight down to business,
この
Jonathan?
ビヨンドで行方不明になっている。俺はロレインの依頼でその北条の消息を追ってるんだ。エド、
ジョナサン、すまんが、そういうことなら力にはなれ。
エド、ロレインが殺されたんだ。俺の目の前で。何か大きな事件に巻き込まれたに違いないんだ。
すまん、ジョナサン。
どうしちまったんだよ、エド。いつからそんな
Oh my
不気になった
god.
の？
頭を冷やせ、ジョナサン。この一件は我々の担当ではない。ホームの警察に任せるのが一番だ。
エド、
ジョナサン、BCP で俺たちのことを何て呼ばれてるか知ってるか？ジャンク屋だ。 集まってこん。後がないんだ。
昔のエドはどこへ行ったんだ。俺の知ってるあのエドは。
ジョナサン、お前の知ってるエドは30歳も若いエドだ。今の俺は違う。守るべき家族もローンもある。年を取れば勇気もなくなる。失敗も恐れる。権力にも屈するようになるんだ。俺はゲイツのように器用ではない。
エド、
俺はここでこの汚い地下で机にしがみついているのが精一杯だ。今のこの地位もゲイツの情けだ。
分かった。それ以上言うな。
デカ長、デカ長がやらないんなら私が手伝うわ。
Is Meryl and she has the fox sign tattoo the one that I have and Louise has? The classic fox sign
終
tattoo.
わりってデカ長、ここがその終わりなんじゃないの？
エド、俺は30年の間にいろんなものを失っちまった。ロレインも。だがこれで本当に全てを失っちまったってわけだな。無理を言ったな、エド。じゃあな。
I'd forgot that she was in it, Andre, even though I had played through quite a bit of it on the PSP.
あと3年だぞ。あと3年で無事定年だってのに。
Like, I mean, they're not even hiding how Danny Glover this guy is.
俺だっては協力できんからな。
エド、
それから無茶はごめんだぞ、無茶は。
分かってるさ、エド。心配するな。
お前の心配するのが一番心配なんだ。それからメリルにデイブ、お前らこの件には手を出すな。いいな、この件は俺の個人的な問題だ。
了解デカ長、手は出さないわ。
口は出すけどね。
たく。あ、ジョナサン、遅れたがこいつらを紹介しておく。
Meryl.
メリルにデイブだ。メリルはホーム生まれのホーム育ち。元ハイテク特殊部隊フォックスハウンドの最後の部員だ。あのザンジバーランド陥落に参加した。
道理で地球なまりがひどいと思った。
よろしく、ポリスノーツさん。
デイブはビヨンド生まれ、ビヨンド育ちのビヨンズだ。
よろしく、ジョナサン。エレストリアルは大歓迎だよ。ホームはいいものな。僕もホームの移住願いを申請中なんだ。
よろしく、メリルにデイブ。
さて、ジョナサン、どうしよう。とりあえず BCP 内を案内しようか。お前もポリスノーツだったんだ。興味はあるだろう。
First, gotta know about the knife.
That's quite a knife.
It's a Nishio combat knife. It's for protection. I've carried one ever since I was in the military. No one would ever go after you. I think he's gonna have the slightly calm voice to distinguish him from everybody else. Let's look at that goddamn burger. It's right in my face.
Is that a Maximum hamburger? They became famous after they set up that so-called drive-thru for astronauts. They used to eat a lot of them on home.
This is a Beyond version of the 1G meal. It's my favorite food. On Beyond, there are two types of packs. The other one is the 0G meal. I like the 1G meals. Dave wants to try the carbonated drink on home. Things like carbonated drinks and beer don't taste very good in zero gravity, so they're impossible to come by here. Even when you try to get them shipped from home, they spoil along the way. That's a shame. Fucking gotta know about the tattoo.
Is that a real tattoo?
No, just a paint tattoo. Stays on for about half a year. I am still a woman after all. What? What? What's that supposed to mean?
That gun seems a little big for a woman.
This is a Magnum Monster Special, the biggest lift gun in the world.
So that's a lift gun.
This kind of gun suppresses recoil, allowing you to use it in zero gravity.
Almost all guns in the colony are lift guns. There's a second explosion the moment the bullet exits a muscle, kind of like a rocket. That serves as the bullet's main propulsion.
That's why there's so little recoil.
Wouldn't another explosion right outside the gun throw off your aim?
No, see, you have a laser that keeps you locked onto your target.
It has other features that absorb the residual recoil anyway. I'll take my recoil any day.
Have you put any practice at the shooting range here? It's got several different programs you can use. You should check it out sometime.
Ah, thanks. I'm a pretty good shot, but I guess it wouldn't hurt. I haven't had a game over yet, thankfully. I wouldn't mind watching you practice sometime.
Jesus.
That's an unusual earring.
I made it from a bullet I got shot with. It missed my heart by a fraction of an inch. I keep it for good luck. Down, Merle. Down, Merle. This Merle isn't green?
Your hair's kind of bushy, like an afro or something. Must be hard work, is it?
Actually, it's easier for me this way. Brushing your hair all the time is a pain, I think. Gotta check.
You really fill out that shirt.
Oh my god. What do you expect? I am a woman. Why? You want to get to know me even more?
Nah, that'd probably break something.
Wimp. Wow. Wow. Look at his lips.
You got a cute face. I can see a flirty side to you.
You should ask the chief about the last guy who tried to hit on me. Let's look at that Wick t-shirt.
What's that shirt you're wearing?
It's from the repatriist movement. I'm a repatriist myself. Mankind should return home. We don't belong out here.
Jesus, Dave, not so loud. You kiss your job goodbye if Brass found out you're a repatriist. A repatriist? Yeah, a repatriist. Pollution in outer space is worsening every year. The movement says we should cease all space exploration and development and return home.
What about that, Mike? Like, is that like kind of makes me think of like Marty McFly's jacket?
Is that a bulletproof vest?
This is a life jacket. I like the way it looks. You need to wear a vest on Beyond. They send the MPS to do all the trouble spots.
There's no such thing as safe to a cop. You can never be too careful.
Relax, Jonathan. What about these Wick glasses, or is it goggles?
What kind of sensors do those goggles have?
None. These are the type of goggles biplane pilots wore back in the 20th century. One of my dreams is to fly a hang glider and home. To have nothing between me and the wind.
Now that I think about it, there aren't any aircraft in here, are there?
Nope, no gliders, no planes, choppers, nothing.
So, we got a life jacket and a pair of goggles. What's the point? How would you ever use them here?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, oh.
They make me feel good. Well, fair enough. What's with his nose?
Your nose looks a little red.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. I guess I do rub it a lot. Let's talk to Meryl, shall we? We tried the flirting. Yeah, what is it?
You can put that knife away. I don't want to fight you.
Sorry, what? Wait. Did you say you like me?
I'm not even gonna try. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
That's a surprise. No one's ever said that to me before. Not in person, anyway. I'm mainly into bikes and combat. I like men, but not in that way. Of course, ever since I came here, half of me's disappeared. You can't ride out bikes in the colony. Well, you can, but only electric ones.
They won't let you import gas engine models. A bike's nothing without the speed. You wouldn't be much without the combat either, huh? So, you were in the military on home. Why'd you join? Everyone in my family was in the military. I guess that's why. I think they kind of hoped I would.
Yeah, definitely your dad anyway, Colonel, huh?
What's it like working here?
At Vice, pretty boring. Catching Johns and prostitutes with undercover stings, basic patrols of the colony, that kind of stuff.
What do you mean boring?
There's this big area for prostitution in Center Colony called Kabuki Quarter. Tourists from home like to go there for zero-gravity sex. We arrest them, but they get out on bail. It's an endless cycle. I don't like it there, because I get SES since I'm terrestrial.
Why is it called Kabuki Quarter?
There was this red light district in the late 20th century Japan known as Kabukicho. There's an explosion in... Sorry, that's Steve. There was an explosion in the number of cases of SBTO in Japan back then. Kabukicho was hit particularly hard.
So our friends packed up and moved things here.
There are rumors Tokugawa helped fund the place as a gesture towards his employees. So, that's the guy who's gone missing. That must be his wife next to him, right?
So, that's Hojo. Doesn't look like the type to just leave everything and take off.
What's with this? Who's that next to you?
Oh, it's just an old memento.
We all have our pasts, you especially. You have a cold or something? Caught a damn cold? I'm not interested in plants, except for ones used for survival skills. Same old Merrill. You look so young here, Chief. Well, guess we're not talking anything else there. Yeah? Guess we'll talk to him.
Why'd you become a cop?
Well, as you know, I was born here and beyond. I've never been outside the cylinder. I became a cop because I thought I could get transferred to home. It takes time for Beyond to obtain an immigration visa. Sometimes years. It's not easy either. With all the checks they do. You're lucky, Jonathan. When I was a kid, Beyond was a safe place. That's why I decided to become a cop. I figured it wouldn't be a dangerous job.
I had no idea. Sorry to hear that.
Then all the dirtbags started showing up. Our job is to get rid of as many of these dirtbags as we can. No worries, Andrew. I will stop very soon, by the way, because it is nearly half.
I figured Lorraine was right.
Sorry about that there, just to interrupt that. I guess we'll show him some stuff, huh? Yeah, I would also like to know what you're having for a snack, Andrew. See if I'm jealous. What kind of snack will Andrew eat? Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? Let's go to the Hojo photo. This the guy you're looking for? He looks like a good person. How does he know? Hey, she's at an anchor on News Order, right?
I've actually seen that show before, but I can't remember her face.
She could be her twin, seriously. Capsules. Those some kind of drugs. Why not get Victor to do an analysis for you? I've never seen a leaf like that before. Is it from home? I think the Policenauts are still cool. I don't care what anyone else says. Well, guess there must be something else we can talk to them about.
You look like a mellow guy. Total opposite of most cops I've known.
All my life, everyone's told me all I ever do is smile. But my teachers.
Dave thinks he looks cool like this.
You're really tall. You must get a lot of looks. Not really. I'm only 6 foot. I was one of the smaller ones in the military. What? Don't think there's anything else we can talk about, right? I could never work undercover because of my build, so I'm always the one making the bust. I didn't even say it. I get it from guys upstairs all the time. Why'd you move to Beyond? I was in the Special Forces at home, but the way the world's regions were stabilizing and whatnot meant we weren't needed as much. There's no excitement in that. I was starting to get to see some real action. Then the government started using more and more Frozeners. They ended up getting with all the work. That's when I thought I'd try it here. Passed all the checks, no problems, but Beyond, same story. All those bug-eyed albino freaks. Just my luck, huh? Wow, she's like really prejudiced. Sorry, I'm not good at small talk. Penning too much pills and stuff only makes you weaker. Like Dave said, why don't you have Victor do an analysis? Guess we should find this Victor guy. Can we ask about Victor? I hate flowers. I'm allergic to pollen. Okay, I guess we're back. Move.
ヨナさん、それじゃあ BCP 内を案内しようか。
いいのか？
いいんだよ。お前を一人にする方が心配だ。びっくりするぞ。ここはホームの警察とはかなり違う。さあ、どこへ案内しよう。
Well, just call me Tex. I'm gonna go try shooting. I love the way he just checks out her boobs. Why is that like an old Apple Mac monitor?
ここが BCP の射撃訓練場だ。BCP では週2回の射撃訓練が義務付けられている。イヤープロテクターはその壁にかけてある。実弾を使うんでかなりの音になるんだ。
俺も使っていいのか？
構わんだろう。税関で銃の登録はしてるんだろ？
ああ、登録は済ませた。弾のライフリングまでな。
あの右の端末を使えば訓練プログラムが始まる。現れるマンターゲットの命中率と命中箇所が分かる仕組みになっている。ただしこのプログラムは無反動銃、つまりリフトガン用に設定されているからな。リフトガンはいかにロックオンするかが問題なんだ。実行プログラムはターゲットモード、トレーニングモード、コンバットモードの計3モードが用意されている。それぞれさまざまな状況を想定した特徴のあるプログラムが取り入れられている。昔ながらのメカトロニクスと最先端の立体映像、エレクトロニクスを駆使している。
それじゃあ VR なのか？
いや、実戦に近づけるために VR は使っていない。銃も実弾を使う。安全性の追求だけでは訓練にはならない。軍でも銃の訓練に VR を採用していないのと同じだ。ここでは撃てば現実に風穴が開く。見た目は少し古い感じを受けると思うが、そこいらのバーチャルリアリティとは違う。そこのインテリジェントターミナルで選択すれば作動する。
Well, I am gonna pop a quick save here. Just to be sure.
This is part of the trainer. You can select the program with this.
Let's look at the headphones.
Those are ear protectors. You should wear them when you practice. The noise adds up. You'll hurt your ears. More bang for your buck than VR. What's back there? It's kind of hard to see. It's the shooting trainer's gallery. They've built a fairly elaborate scene to give you the sense that you're actually in the field. This isn't like those plain old booths they had in LAPD. The gallery does some holographic imagery here and there, but for the most part, it's all solid stuff right there in front of you. Nothing like any VR trainer. Be sure not to walk inside, young man. You got rounds flying all over the place.
Well, let's give it a go. Guess we'll try training mode. Try level 1. I'm not really good, I imagine. And as for target, plain old bullseye, I guess. Does it rate me for where I've shot it? It does seem to. This is very awkward to aim using a D-pad. I believe this did use a light gun, but obviously that's impossible nowadays. Using a D-pad to aim, and not even an analog stick, makes this kind of torturous. I didn't actually check to see if you could use the analog stick, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be allowed to. See, that was awkward to aim. That's in. Terrible. Bang. Don't know why I said that so carefully. See, like, actually trying to get that to, like, a central position there is nearly impossible. Whoa. That was absolutely balls. I just want to position it well, and it's, like, completely impossible to with a digital pad. It's so unfriendly. So I can't bring up any sort of menu here, can I? Shite. Like, I know I was bad at mini games in like Yakuza and stuff, but this is taking the piss. Holy shit. It's not the most thrilling practice. Oh Christ, I don't even know what I was doing there. It's not the most thrilling practice session anyway. Bang, bang. Oh Christ. Oh God. Oh Christ.
Reload.
Not great shooting. Look at him hiding off the side all coy. Is that a good score? Yeah, that was definitely quite the base rate. Oh man, you are getting graded and everything. Some 3s there, holy crap. And a 2. A 1, oh my god. 100% hit rate though. That's like some major maiming. If I could activate the analog stick, that might actually be more playable.
So, what do you think? You popped your BCP cherry. Okay, let's take a look. There's training modes, circle target. This is a nice score. No misses at all. Very nice.
Hey, I did do good.
なかなかやるねジョナサン。僕が見本を見せてやろう。
デイブか。珍しいな。お前がここに来るとは。
賑やかなんでね。トレーニングモードのレベル1か。楽勝だ。
Is he like gonna show me up here? Or is he like challenging me to a duel? I'm not in control of this. He wants to shoot dudes. Is he a psycho? These Beyonders are all the same. This is him. We're watching him play instead. I like the way he's like shooting off screen to reload, like this would be somebody using the light gun. See what I mean? He's shooting them I bet you they're making a point here that he is like deliberately shooting them all in the arm to disarm them rather than shooting to kill. Because Jonathan will be all like, you're not hitting any of the green targets. It's like, yeah, I don't aim to kill Jonathan or something like that there. That's what it's gonna be. Mark my words. Pick your bets on the plot now, but you know I'm right. That's kind of an awkward transition. I'm not afraid to say it. I was like significantly better. Wrecked, son? Wrecked? Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something like that. He might be making a point, but he's full of crap. I think we'll go from here. Don't want to do any more shooting right now. Let's head over to forensics.
That's enough practice. Let's get back to business. Man, my ears are ringing like crazy. That's because you didn't wear the ear protectors, Einstein.
ジョナサン、薬莢を拾っていけよ。リフトガンは薬莢が出ないんだ。苦情が殺到する。
なるほど。分かった。エドは訓練しないのか？
いいんだ。
どうして？お前の腕を久々に見てみたいな。
俺はうまくない。もう目が良くないんだ。
Aw, Ed.
おかしなやつだな。
I think Jonathan should be a bit more, understanding.
よ、ドクトル先生。
わしはビクトルじゃ。いつになったらちゃんと呼んでくれるんじゃ。
諦めた方がいい。エドは物覚えが悪いんだ。
誰じゃねその人は。
ジョナサン、紹介するよ。BCP の鑑識を担当しているビクトル・ユルゲンス先生だ。
よろしく。ジョナサン・イングランだ。OLA で探偵をしている。
ほう、あんたがあの有名なイングラム飛行士？若い頃、あんたの火星有人飛行の中継をワクワクして見ていたよ。そうか、戻ってきたんじゃな、あんたのホームに。よろしくな。
Well, there's that badly animated 3D head. I can't possibly not look at that.
What's this?
This is my aid analyzer. What you see on the monitors are visual representation of the aid's AI. I call him Gorby. He responds to my voice.
Gorby?
Gorby's mood is translated onto the screen.
Who is he based on? You?
Nope, the last president of the Soviet Union.
I get it. Hey, Gorby.
I wouldn't bother. He's an AI to a point. He can tell you what's in the dirt on your shoes, but he can't talk. Just blips and bleeps. Well, he doesn't sound very good. Those are his visual sensors, his eyes, so to speak. I say eyes, but they're just for moving around. He doesn't use them in analysis.
That looks like a funky computer slide.
It's Victor's forensic robot, the Aid.
Oh, what about that in the background?
Where's this? It's Russia. The old Soviet Union, I should say. That's where I'm from. I don't have an accent that sounds like it, though. Been about 50 years since I was last there. That, my friends, is the clipping of thesis. To be specific, the thesis. It was in this famous academic journal on home. I decided to major in pathology after I read it. That paper changed my life forever.
That chair looks prehistoric.
I don't like the chairs the APs use. I know they're ergonomically designed and supposedly won't give you sore legs or a sore back, but no matter how long you sit on them, they just don't sit with me.
Is that your ID?
Yeah, I don't like my hologram, so I've got this sticker over it. Causes problems with the readers whenever I have to scan it.
What about a sweet pen collection? I respect a man with pen.
There's blood on your clothes.
I should think so. I've had this gown since my first autopsy. I've seen the blood of every single body I've looked at over the years. Guess you could say part of their souls, too.
You could say that, but I wouldn't.
I haven't seen many people with glasses here.
I like glasses. They have a certain je ne sais quoi. When I was younger, I would change mine whenever something big happened in my life.
Andrew, you asked what you missed. So basically, I went to the target practice. I didn't miss a target, although aiming with a digital control pad isn't very easy. But I hit every target. Not all bullseyes, because it's nearly impossible. And then Dave showed up and he was like, yeah, check out me shooting. And he hit every target as well, but he basically got lower score than me. But then his reason was I was shooting them all in the arms to incapacitate them, because that's what you should do when you're making arrests. That was about it. Not really any plot. They talked about a lot of technical details of the shooting range because Hideo Kojima happened. What's with the armband?
Is that armband a mark of respect?
Yeah, it's a crepe. It's for all the descendants I worked with.
Oh, with that mustache.
The mustache suits a scientist like you.
I've had this since my 20s. Drives the ladies crazy when I wiggle it.
Really?
You combed your hair today, Victor. It's sticking up at the back.
Sticking up? That's all you can say? What about, that's some pretty thick hair you got there, Victor. Every hair on my head is mine. Not bad, eh, Ed?
Yeah, not bad. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon either.
Well, gel, mate.
This is some amazing equipment you've got.
Amazing, you think so?
Well, amazing in the sense that they're all ancient analog devices.
I've had these a long time. I still use them in my research. To be honest, I use my aid for most of my work.
So, they're more of a collection.
You could say that. I have a lot of memories of these.
What about your post-it notes? Let's read them.
Those pieces of paper have chemical formulas for transfer of enzymes on them. I discovered them myself, not that long ago either.
You're still using paper?
Writing out ring structures is complicated stuff. It takes longer trying to do them on computer. I don't like to waste my time on any of them. I misread that, but you get the idea. It's a piece of paper with chemical formulas on it.
It's the machine. Oh, no, 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 I want to see the machine.
I bought most of them myself. If you don't know your equipment inside out, you'll end up missing something important eventually.
A lot of books, huh?
What's on these bookshelves? Them, old books on anatomy and pathology. I brought them with me from home.
You still use them?
Of course not. I get all my information online. Nobody uses antique media like these anymore.
So they're more like mementos?
I suppose. I could never bring myself to throw them away. I bet you know the feeling, don't you?
Yeah, he's quite prescient, the old man. And Andrew, sorry, this is Victor, the one that both Meryl and Dave mentioned. He is pretty much the analysis dude.
That's his arm. The hand contains sensors made out of materials like pressure-sensitive rubber and conductive silicon rubber. It allows him to determine the shape and composition of the object he's analyzing.
Well, I guess we should get down to brass tacks here, huh?
Doctor, I'm listening.
Are you a terrestrial? You'd have to be at your age, wouldn't you?
I was born in Moscow, back when socialists ran the country. That picture was taken around the time I was born. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, I went to America to study forensic medicine and later became a medical examiner. I've done autopsies of over 30,000 bodies throughout my career.
Jesus Christ.
In my 40s, I became interested in studying bodies in space and came here. You should see the bodies you get in zero gravity. The decomposition stages are freaky stuff.
Wow.
My area of expertise is medical examinations, but with my aid I can perform most other analyses too. AP has its own science unit, so we're on a shoestring budget here. It's just me and Gorby. The further computer analysis progress, the less use there is for people like me.
Can you tell me more about that aid thingy?
AID is short for Auto Analysis Identification Device. It's an AI gadget for doing analysis. It's got a number of sensors, like a spectrograph, a gas chromatograph, and a geotechnical sounder.
You make it yourself?
Ha, are you kidding? I wouldn't even know where to start. AID and its analysis programs were created by somebody on home.
Actually, I'm here looking for a missing person. Supposedly, he's already dead. How possible would it be to transport his body outside the colony?
You could never take a body outside beyond single-handed. They got pretty tight security system in place. It would be easier to transport them out while they're still alive and kill them somewhere else. They're becoming stricter and stricter about space debris every year.
Okay.
Who are these guys? They look Japanese.
This is Kenzo Hojo. The man has disappeared.
This the guy you're looking for. Oh, who's this?
What are you talking about? That's me.
Not you. I mean the fox next to you.
You could call it an old memory. A really old memory.
That's what I'd expect from a terrestrial. Beyonds don't look back on the past the way we do. Maybe you understand what that picture means to me.
I do.
Victor, 調べてもらいたいものがあるんだ。
おお、なんじゃ。それか。
ああ、これもそうだが、もう一つある。
全部見せてみ。
Capsules and a leaf?
Can you do it?
I could never turn down a request from one of the Policenauts, could I?
Don't tell anyone about them, okay, Doctor?
Give me a little time. It shouldn't take too long. Thanks, Victor. No problem. I'll get started right away. I still remember it, that famous picture.
Well, I'm not really sure what else we can do here.
It's Victor's medical gown. It looks more like a piece of military camouflage. Any fresh blood that gets on it blends right in.
That's also kind of worrying.
Victor, I'm listening.
I think we've pretty much done everything here, right? Yeah.
How you doing there, Gorby? Sometimes I'm glad he can't talk. Probably wouldn't shut up.
Well, I guess we'll move. The AP room. I suppose we've not been there.
Thanks for your time, Victor.
すごい地球なまりだ。安心するよ。
ビヨンズは冷徹に話すからな。地球のように流暢なアクセントがない。
I will be ending very
ここが
shortly.
BCP を支える AP 隊員の部屋だ。時代の最先端を行く主力部署だ。正面にいるのが AP の隊長であり、この BCP の本部長でもあるゲイツ・ベッカーだ。
ゲイツか。偉くなったもんだ。
30年ぶりだろう、ジョナサン。あいつも変わった。さあ、紹介しよう。
So if you remember, Gates is one of the original Policenauts.
久しぶりだな。
ジョナサン・イングラム。ジョナサンじゃないか。いつこっちへ？
ゲイツ、BCP 本部長だって。出世だな。おめでとう。嬉しいよ。
みんなのおかげだ。私一人の力ではない。ジョナサン、あの事故の件は残念だった。あの鉛筆事故がなければ君がこの椅子に座っていたかもしれん。
その話はやめてくれ。
ま、同じポリスノーツとして大歓迎するよ。どうだ、観光はまだか？
いや、観光で来たわけじゃない。
で、どうした？
実は
ジョナサン、
人を探している。名前は北条健三。ビヨンドの徳川製薬社員だ。
徳川。
3週間前にこのビヨンドから姿を消した。捜査を依頼に来た彼のワイフは地球で殺された。
穏やかではないな。本部長、私はジョナサン、徳川が絡んでいるとなればことは単純では済まない。悪いが BCP として公には協力できん。その代わり江戸を使ってくれていい。徳川に何かあれば最終的には我々が乗り出す。江戸、北条の捜査に全面的に協力してやってくれ。ただし内密にな。わかりました。
恩に着る、ゲイツ。
ジョナサン、歓迎はするが派手にはせんでくれよ。約束してくれ。
わかった。迷惑はかけない。
しかし久しぶりだな、まったく。
Well, when we're old buddies.
You can see the reflection of Gates' head in the glass. Is it just me, or is he going bald? Something the matter, Jonathan? No, just admiring your clean windows. Boy, these things are spick and span, huh, Ed? As you'd imagine, being chief is no bed of roses. Your life revolves around protecting beyond citizens. Your face hasn't changed that much, Gates. Yes, I suppose I've been luckier than some. You seem awfully happy to see me.
What is badges?
That's your uniform. Looks more like something you'd find in the military. You have a real commanding presence, Gates. Think so? I've heard that before. So, this is the chief's chair. Not bad, Gates. You need a good chair for a job like this. Helps carry the load that accompanies all the responsibility. Chief, go ahead. What happened to the others? Tokugawa resigned from BCP 20 years ago to head up the Tokugawa group. Salvatore quit, I suppose, 10 years or so ago, and apparently went back home. We've all gone our separate ways. The day you left will probably be the last time we're ever together. The Policenauts are a fading memory here. That's just the way things are, I'm afraid. The Policenauts eventually evolved into the proper police force we have today. AP do most of the work here now. They're our mobile police unit. The AP were created to be the new breed of space police designed with a specialist set of conditions you have on a colony. I can't say colony correctly, even though I work for the police. We recruit AP members from government frozeners. It's dangerous work. Having family or friends is only a burden. That's one of the lessons of your accident. On top of that, they only use sperm carrying genes well suited to space's environment when they fertilize frozen or eggs. In other words, they select the fathers from the past astronauts. Meaning we could be responsible for some of these guys. The possibility is there. You could say frozeners are literally the sons of us astronauts. That seems barbaric in a way.
Not a bit gross.
In addition to their normal police duties, APs use EMPs to perform rescue operations inside the colony. EMPs are a type of mechanical suit used both inside and outside the colony, born from cooperation between Tokugawa Heavy Industries and ourselves. They employ a bilateral master-slave manipulator which allows for 7 degrees of freedom, just like the human body. The technology is a product of Tokugawa Industries' research on master-slave manipulators. That Yuri you had your accident in is a far cry from their performance and reliability. Why don't they just turn them into robots while they're at it? The visual sensors in today's robots take 1 full second longer than a human to process data. A second can make all the difference in the world out there. Teleexistence is a more feasible option. You mean controlling the EMPs by remote? We wouldn't have to worry about exposure to cosmic rays that way either. Mind you, we still have problems such as communication interference, and Tem like to overcome it first.
There's a lot of chat.
The police and home must have been in touch with us, as it involved murder of a beyond. What a senseless crime. Who would have thought something like that would happen to your ex-wife? What's OLA saying? They've concluded she was the victim of a bomb planted by repatriists or possibly eco-terrorists, but there's not much evidence to go on. This is the guy who's gone missing. He seems very like the other 2 people you'd find at Tokugawa. And then for Lorraine to be killed as well. This is you and Lorraine, I see. What were you planning on doing bringing a photograph like this with you? Try to forget about what happened and move on. Lorraine would want the same. Well, I'll be. I haven't seen that in donkey's years.
Well, I guess we're done with him.
Cheerio, Gates.
Right, now very quickly, if you don't mind, I'm going to pop a save. And let me see, if you don't mind, I will finish the last conversation here, and that will be me for the night. Since it's 1 a.m. and it looks like Louise, you're for bed. Andrew, Boston, I'm sure you are also kind of tired.
That's the hangar for the MPs, beside the chief. Our mechanics and system engineers are all employees of Tokugawa Heavy Industries. These terminals display the data sent here by round-the-clock operators. The guys in the lobby, right? These terminals output data on Beyond. He's an AP officer. They can access any sort of data on Beyond from these terminals. I guess the days of hitting the streets for leads are over, huh? Yeah, you can do it all from here. What's that thing there? That tube in their arm? It's part of the dialysis procedure for their artificial blood. They have to undergo dialysis every 240 hours for that type of blood. Human kidneys can't filter it. Must be a pain in the ass. 240 hours is 10 days. Meaning they could never go AWOL, huh? Exactly. Some people say they intentionally designed it that way.
Well, it looks like our pal from the plane, doesn't it?
I know that guy.
あの男どうした
旅はどうだったポリスノーツさん
AP だったのかトニー・
トニー・レッドウッド
AP の爆弾処理を担当してるが鉛筆乗りでは彼の右に出る者はいないミスター・ゴダードと呼ばれている
宇宙酔いくらいで参るようじゃ早くホームのママのところへ帰った方がいいぜそれともまたスチュワーデス
Ah, Tony Redwood talks smack.
ここはビヨンドあんたのような古いテレストリアルには厳しいところだ
俺はお前のようにゾンビみたいになるつもりはないがね
ジョナサンやめろ相手にするな
そうだエドこの次元装置の仕掛けわかるか
なんだいきなり
あんたホームで爆弾処理班にいたことがあるらしいな
麻薬界入る前のことだ
通常爆弾の設計者は解体されないようにいくつかの安全策を設けるここに赤と青のコードがあるだろう最後のセーフティー装置だこのどちらかを切断すれば解体できる俺がセットしたとしたらこれはどっちだと思う
This guy's a real laugh, isn't he?
危険の赤か安全の青か
レッドウッドのレッド
どうかアウトだコロニーに穴が開いたぞ攻撃的な人間が常に赤を好むとは限らない答えは青だ俺ならいつも青にする
ああ
Yeah.
覚えておくよ
Appreciate the advice, Count Dracula.
I defused this earlier. We'll steer to the art device. Terrorists have been using some pretty advanced components in the bombs lately, haven't they? It was the bomb that killed the rain. Why'd you ask me about it anyway? You never know when terrorists could strike. Even an old-timer like you should be prepared. That's a body armor spacesuit APs use. It could take quite a number of hits.
Huh. A bomb expert with armor that can take a bunch of hits? That would also have white blood?
If they have the helmets on, they can go out in space just like that.
Interesting.
He's like a corpse with that complexion, not to mention the look on his face. We call them the living dead around the station. I don't blame you.
Just say that right in front of him, guys. That's gonna help.
These terminals output data on Beyond.
Let's have a wee chat with Tony Redwood.
Redwood. What do you want?
My commanding officer is the chief. My
patriots are guys you see around you. You're neither of those. I don't have to answer your questions. I don't have to talk to anyone outside AP. That includes you, Ed. He's a totally different person from the plane. In fact, I think I forgot what voice I was doing for him. That, in case you haven't figured it out, was an act. An act. We can modify our personalities anytime we need to. All part of our training. Lorraine? Who's that? Don't know anyone called Lorraine. He really is like a completely different person. This place plane, you said you'd gone to visit some family at home or something, didn't you? It wasn't work related, it was personal. I don't have to explain myself to you. Answer the question. I don't remember saying anything like that. Piece of shit, he's not half suspicious, which makes me think he's a red herring. Who are they supposed to be? I told you on the plane. I don't know that. Oh, sorry, that was him. I told you on the plane, I don't know that. I couldn't care less about your photos. I saw it on the plane. That's cute. Real cute. Cherish your memories, as they say, right? It's so pathetic the way you cling to that. Pathetic? You knew I was a Policenaut, didn't you? Sure, I studied my ancient history. Funny. That's what the Policenauts are around here. Right, Astronaut Brown? Anyone can go to space now. But it's Frozeners who protect it. This is our territory.
Arsenal.
そのくわえタバコまだやめられないようだな。そんな格好でうろうろしてると逮捕されるぜ。気をつけな。
あいにく灰皿が見当たらんのでな。
灰皿？灰皿なら空気か。
Oh, talking some real smack, this Arsenal. I think we appear to have done everything we can here.
感じ悪いやつだな。一度も瞬きしなかった。
フローズナーはみんなだ。あれでノーマルらしい。
ノーマル？異常だぜ。
彼らは目に人工水晶体の眼内レンズを装着してるらしい。視力は常人の2倍はあるって聞いたが
な。あいつらが俺たちの子供かもしれんなんてな。
心配はいらん。少なくとも俺とジョナサンの精子は使われていないだろう。
だろうな。エドが遺伝的に優れてるなんて。
お前は宇宙恐怖症だしな。
それにしてもエド、奴に対しておかしくないか？
そうか。
奴と何かあるのか？
フローズナーとは合わないだけだ。
おう、ジョナサン、分析結果が出とるぞ。ゴールビーも頑張ってくれた。
えらく早いな。
当たり前じゃ。ゴールビー。
So I think as long as you're just thorough, you'll advance the plot.
まずジョナサンから預かったカプセル剤じゃが。
It should be auto analysis identification device system.
わざわざビヨンドまで来たようじゃが。4つのカプセルはどれも徳川製薬が扱う新薬じゃ。インドメタシン ZA。これはインドール誘導体を含む解熱鎮痛剤。次はパラディソン。これはペンゾジアゼジン誘導体を含む精神安定剤。 そしてハイファイトミン、これは B12 を含む水溶性ビタミン。最後はフェドレジン、これは塩酸エンドルフィンを使った交感神経興奮性鎮害剤。
ビタミン剤、風邪薬、咳止め、精神安定剤。
麻薬の一種ではなかったのか。
どうやらそうらしいの。これは単なる薬じゃ。それも発売済みのな。
なぜ北条はただの薬を大切に持っていたんだ。
何か細工があるんじゃないのか。製薬会社の社員なんだろ。
カプセルにマイクロフィルムを隠すとか。
そうまで言うのならこれを見てみるんじゃ。4つの薬品の成分と化学組成の分析結果は数値も何もかも徳川が申請している薬と全く一致する。さらにあまりよく知られてはおらんが、正規の薬には全てその内容薬が何であるかを示す製剤識別コードというものが薬の表面か包装に記号化されて示されているんじゃ。この白い部分のマークが徳川製薬製を示し、その横の数字が薬品名を示しとる。これらのカプセルもこの規定に従い製剤識別コードの表示と内容が一致する。つまりごく普通に大量流通している薬じゃ。どれも特別な薬ではなく何の共通性も見出せん。いやただ。
どうした。
一つ腑に落ちんことがある。これを見てくれ。これはカプセルのコードの拡大画像や。こうしてみるとこのマークは確かに徳川製薬の識別コードなんじゃが、見るんじゃ。三つ葉葵の上の部分が欠けているじゃろ。今のプリント技術ではこんなミスは起こさん。
ああ、確かに欠けている。
しかもこの欠けている部分が右と左で対になってるんじゃ。4つのうち2つが左の歯が欠け、残り2つは右が欠けている。偶然じゃろうかな。
I think I would definitely not have noticed that if it was me.
プリントミスでないとすると意図的な印。徳川製薬品の偽物じゃないのか。
それにもう一つ、このカプセルは封入式でなくキャップ式を採用している。キャップ式カプセルは半世紀も前に使われなくなってるんじゃ。
北条はどうしてこのカプセルを。このカプセルに何があるんだ。そしてこのカプセルのためにロレインも。
しかし徳川製薬が関係していることは間違いない。徳川製薬社員の行方不明、不可解な徳川製薬のカプセル。
ビクトル、歯の方はどうなんだ。
This is a major plot dump.
こっちの
Pure
方は
Hayuku
ズバレちゃ
Jima.
ったよ。この葉はブラックポピーの葉じゃ。
ブラックポピー。
黒消しだ。合成麻薬ナークを作る原料となる。
ああ、ニュースで言ってたやつか。
そうだ。毎日合成麻薬ナークに関する事件は大変。
やはり麻薬絡みか。
ビヨンドにおける消し栽培は何年も前に完全に撲滅したはずだ。これはホームから密輸したものだろう。
となると北条は黒消しの密輸に関与していたのか。
それが見てくれ。これはこの葉の断面図じゃ。普通ホームで育った植物からは必ず大気汚染物質が検出されるんじゃ。じゃがこの葉はきれいなもんじゃ。きれいすぎる。
つまり地球外で栽培されたものということか。
さらに限定を裏付けるウイロイドの一種が検出された。
ウイロイド。
これがそうじゃ。 植物細胞内に感染して増殖する病原体じゃ。しかもこれは5年前にビヨンド内だけで大流行したウイロイド S 型。
ということはこのビヨンド内のどこかで黒消しが栽培されているということか。密輸ではなく。
でこの葉が半分の意味は？
それはわからん。切断面から人工的に切断されているのは確かじゃ
が。ナーク取引の際の割り符かな。
さっきの製剤コードと関係しているとは思えないか。
Well, it kind of does look like one of those like missing parts of the Tokugawa crest, right? I'm noticing that, but it all seems to be like total chinny conspiracy nonsense at the moment.
そしてその舞台になっているのが徳川製薬。
ますます厄介だな。これまでにも徳川と麻薬の関係はささやかれていたんだが、上からの圧力もかかってうやむやになっている。数年前に本部長が AP を使って大々的に捜査を続けたが失敗に終わった。
それからか、ゲイツに根性がなくなったのは。
確証がつかめんことには手を出せん。ジョナサン、この件は思ったより根が深そうだ。下手すれば死人が増えることになる。
ともあれ、徳川製薬へ行ってみようぜ。王女の勤めている会社だ。何かわかるだろう。
徳川製薬なら案内しよう。ただし慎重に行こう、ジョナサン。
徳川製薬なら世話になったからな。酔い止め薬で。
他に質問は？
I don't think we've got any further questions for this old man. You can like move about. He's an L and R. It's quite weird. You move about in squares apparently. Oh, is this points of interest? Well, that could be really useful. No, it isn't, because then there's the glasses as well. That's weird. I'm not sure what the determination is by this here, but okay.
Doctor, I'm listening.
Oh, that's a whole lot of reading. Maybe I should finish off this here.
Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals is the Tokugawa Group's biggest money maker after Tokugawa Heavy Industries, Tokugawa Electronics, and Tokugawa Construction. They were one of the first companies to expand into space development. They developed the first made in space versions of drugs like interferon and urokinase. They were practically an overnight success. The development of the immunosuppressive wonder drug, cypusloidine? I can't pronounce that. Used in organ transplants revolutionized pharmacy. Though, of course, the development of mass transplantation, where you mask the organ's antigens with antibody fragments and avoid post-op rejection, ended the need for it.
Anyway, yes, I think I need bed myself. So remind me that I've asked him about Tokugawa pharmacy stuff. What I am going to do is pop a save. I hope you've enjoyed watching. It's interesting. Let me know if you want me to go back to it. But that's a good 3-hour stream. You can't really argue with that, can you? And hey, PS1 games now streamable. You'll have to let me know what you think of it, if you do want me to continue or not. But yeah, I'd like to see the end of this one. And yeah, I will catch you again. It won't be tomorrow, but hopefully I'll get on this weekend. There's talk of a co-op stream happening. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream now. Good night all, and yeah, I'll chat to you soon. Thanks for watching.